This video looks at the significance of statutory licenses here in Australia and answers some specific questions relating to what they are, why we have them, what they cover, and how they operate. Note that the major legislation relating to statutory licenses can be found within the Copyright Act 1968. A statutory license allows for certain uses of copyright material without the permission of the rights holder. This is subject to the payment of reasonable remuneration. They are a type of compulsory license. Where the license applies, rights holders cannot choose not to license their material. Statutory licenses apply to teachers working at selected educational institutions, and thus, statutory licenses are commonly utilised by universities and schools. We have statutory licenses in place so that the educational institutions have the legal authority to use copyright material without having to seek permission from the original owner. In order to have this luxury, however, educational institutions are subject to the payment of a fixed royalty and the fulfillment of certain other conditions. The legislative authority for the statutory licenses can be found in parts VA and VB of the Copyright Act. Statutory licenses cover two particular uses found in parts VA and VB of the Copyright Act. They allow for copyright material to be used in situations that would otherwise require a copyright clearance, but only if it is for educational purposes and they work for an educational institution that is covered by Part VB. Firstly, Part VA allows for the copy of radio and television programs and the ability to communicate such copies for educational purposes. The statutory broadcast license covers TV broadcasts from free-to-air television, radio broadcasts from free-to-air radio, pay TV, and online TV radio programs from a free-to-air broadcaster's website, provided that it has been broadcast by the free-to-air broadcaster. Part VB of the Act allows educational institutions to use text, images, and noted print music from any source or format, including digital or hard copy, online or offline, Australian or foreign content, or published or unpublished content. In Australia, we have statutory licence collecting societies, chosen by the Attorney General to collect and distribute fees under the educational statutory licence schemes set out in the Copyright Act. Screen rights. Screen rights is the declared collecting society for the copying and communication of material from radio and television broadcasts by educational institutions found at Part VA of the Copyright Act. Screen rights represents audio-visual copyright owners, and their main function is to administer the statutory broadcast licence. Copyright Agency Limited. CAL is the declared collecting society for the reproduction and communication of print and artistic works by educational institutions. CAL represents copyright owners of print and artistic works, including publishers, authors, and artists. CAL's main function is to administer the statutory text and artistic license. In summary, statutory licenses are for the teachers of selected educational institutions. These licenses allow these teachers to use copyright material for educational purposes without infringing upon the Copyright Act. However, this requires the payment of remuneration.